Majesty, welcome back. Thanks so much for clicking. I hope that you are doing all right. If it's your first time coming on here, I'd like to say you're welcome. Please subscribe and become part of the family. Anyway, guys, in this video, this Jewish man that you're seeing here, I don't know if he wanted black people to feel sorry for him. There's this lady that he was talking to, and he mentioned something which was very ironic, to say that Jewish people have, suffered a lot and progressives have forgotten, in as much as they are pushing their files and etc. And this black woman just stood up to him like, bro, what you're saying doesn't add up, because I'm a progressive too, and this is what I think. Really, are you seriously speaking these things in my face? Are you serious? And then she goes down to break down some of the things which just left this guy speechless. That moment for me was the moment. I have also added a stitch to this video, so make sure you stick around and watch it to the end. I'll be back to give my 2 cents.
I'll tell you very simply. I'm a Jewish person, and I do know history. And the fact is, Israel has been attacked since the very founding of the country in 1947, 1948. Speaking for millions of Jewish people around the world right now, I think it's really offensive that progressives have totally forgotten history and what the misery of being Jewish has been for generations and generations and generations, for reasons that I do not really understand.
I'll help you understand. For one, Representative Phillips, strikes me as a little ironic that you're going to say to me in my face as a Black American who doesn't have the option of someone that the United Nations and the international community having intervened on my behalf to create an entire country for my people who have zero options of some place to flee, who have been living in an apartheid state of our own in the United States of America, which has the 25% of the world's prison population that was disproportionately filled with my people, who was reported this week, substantively make all of the paint and slave labor products in the United States of America so we can compete with China and the rest of the world. The idea that you're looking at me and saying that I don't have empathy and can't open my heart to the psychic
I said
idea.
Progressive, Brianna, I do have empathy. That's what I'm asking for.
I am a progressive, so I'm speaking to you as a progressive, but also as a Black progressive. I get it, because I do not feel safe in the United States of America, not just me as an individual, but statistically as an aggregate. There's not a metric in the world that you can look at that says that this is a good place for Black Americans to be, that Black Americans are faring well in the United States of America. The question is, why should the actions of an anti-Semitic America and an anti-Semitic Europe be paid for by the people of Palestine who had absolutely nothing to do with the horrors of the Holocaust?
I'll tell you very simply. I'm a Jewish person, and I do know history. And the fact is,
I tell you very simply, I know history too. Okay, based on the Jewish community, I can give you 3 men who started the slave trade and helped the banking system of the Americans and also from the UK and the people them from the West. Okay, let's start out with Abraham Abbott. Abraham Abbott has started the apartheid and the Jim Crow, and also started a whole entire thing as far as with the slave trade that was taking place in South Africa. If you look at companies like De Beers, Tiffany, and all kinds of diamonds, his was under the ruling of that, and he was the founder of it. So meanwhile, they were doing import and export on innocent Black men and women who were Africans from South Africa, and they were doing apartheid. They were also doing a lot of Congo too, going into the Congo areas and turn around and slaughter many millions of women and children and put them in bondage of slave camps so they can dig diamonds, so they can make the monarchy and many others be rich, and also have the banking system of the transatlantic slavery. Let's move on. Cecil Rhodes. You heard about the Rhodes Scholar. It's named after him. He was the godfather when it came to that, because he also was colonizing on other countries, especially in South Africa, and helping out the Belgians with the banking system as well, including England, okay, with the slave trade. Let's talk about Benjamin Abb. He was also a person that was in the community, and pretty much he also was the founder of Louisiana, considering the fact he was a Southerner and a lawyer. There was a lot of cases that he had withdrawn and caused America to receive money from. When when plantation owners wanted to be compensated because of the situation that they so happened to blow up a ship where they had passengers of slaves. And then meanwhile, they collected the money and made a profit off of it. Also, he's the one that started to have the French law in Louisiana, which is called the Canon Law. And he too was doing import and export of slavery. Okay, many people in the community that you emphasize about the Holocaust had did a lot of endangerment to us in Africa, the Caribbean, South America, and even America as well. And they have basically made the foundation alongside with the Rothschilds with the banking system and made America and also a monarchy, which I believe is the Federal Reserve and the head of the Commonwealth. To this day, they are still on the backs of people in the Caribbean, which they're trying to cry out to have their sovereign and have full Republican where they no longer have to be paying taxes to the monarchy. All right. And even to certain places in Africa where one place is republic, but they're colonizing certain places and it's under the Belgium monarchy and the French and so forth. All right. So you guys played a lot of part into our situation when it came to the slave trade. And these people may not be related to me, but I come from the ancestors of Africa. I come from the ancestors of South America. I come from the ancestors of Jamaica, West Indies. And all to this day, we're seeing nothing but poor infrastructure because we have to end up paying a debt with a debt we did not owe. Okay? We still have to turn around where kids are being paid, have to pay to go to school, where there's no proper housing and no proper hospitalization. But meanwhile, you see people are kissing the ring to King Charles and even to his son and talking about medical situation when people can't even go to the hospital and get their medical paid. Okay? Every time you guys are keep on emphasizing about the horrors and also the situation that you guys went through, but we've been going over it for the last 400 years and more. Okay, every time you turn around, they're instead of them building schools and putting people in trade schools, they're building jails. And they're making institution more harder for our men and women to even come out of the system because they believe that we are not fully should receive our independence. Even the voting structure, look at Louisiana, is the poorest country and it's mostly have Black Americans living there. And they turn around and gave the founder of Amazon 30 years of not paying taxes and tax exemption. Meanwhile, the people that are struggling, they still have poor water system. Look at the people that are in Hawaii. Look at their history. They were stripped away, and little by little, they're trying to strip away their ancestry and even the land that they're in. So let me tell you something. When you guys talking about, you guys got compensated for it. But if you look at the years, you guys have invested on us and we have not received reparations. We have not received anything. They want to pull us from our Black history and they want to act like we don't exist. They don't even want us to be a part of a minority. So before you start crying a river, we need to cry a multiple river, from the Mississippi to the Galaguchi to the Ohio River. And even to the Caribbeans of the areas, and even all the way to the Red Sea. Okay? I'm going to take you all the way to the Red Sea. The same place where Moses departed it, so that our people could have been free from Pharaoh's hand. And now people are back in the hands, but not with Pharaoh. We're in the hands of y'all.
First off, did you guys see how he paused and didn't have anything to say? Because there's definitely no statistic that says that Black Americans or just Africans, Black people being in America is safe for them, or that they're doing their best or they're doing good, in short. That's what I'm trying to say. And breaking down all those things that lady told him just left him mouthless. Like, I have no word. Like, was I thinking before I even say that? It has been known and people have discovered that most of these things talk about broadcasting stations and etc. Like many corporations, many different companies that are actually making impact in the world are actually run by Jews. So they are controlled by Jews. It's almost as if the world is being controlled by Jews. So how are you going to tell me that you hold control of something, and yet you're going to come on forth and you want people to feel sorry for you, to say maybe you are probably going to demand some reparations for whatever happened to your people when you are in control? Like, you're the one that people are scared of. You're the one that people know that are running these things, know that are controlling, like, how to even rise above you. So it's very ironic that he should come on and start talking about history of Jewish people. They are severed at the hands of that Allah, and the fact that they get to involve Palestine, and also the fact that Israel also suffered and everything. It's just weird. Many receipts have come out, and that's what we have seen to say it's definitely Israel running this thing. So he is just mouthing anything that he thinks, whatever is coming to his head. And this does not say I'm underrating the sufferings of those that have been involved on both sides, especially the innocent, like the children and the women, stuff like that. So he's speaking these things in just the wrong place. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Let's be family. I'll see you in the next video because I do have more for you.